Hi everybody, this is Deanna Bailey with the Texas Blockchain Council, and I'm here with Baxter Hines from Honeycomb Digital Investments. Hi Baxter.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. So tell me what you're thinking about this fantastic summit so far, not to lead you off.
Oh, I'm really impressed with the numbers that are here. I'm really excited by just the amount of enthusiasm and just the diversity of the crowd, people from all different different industries and different reasons why they want to be involved in blockchain. So.
Yeah. Well, so tell us a little bit about your industry and why you want to be involved in blockchain.
Sure. So I come from a traditional asset management background, and I work as an asset management manager who started a firm that helps everyday people get into crypto. And I also wrote a book that was a bestseller called Digital Finance. It was published by John Wiley.
Wow.
It really talks about one of the great use cases for blockchain technology, which is putting real assets onto the blockchain and being able to trade them in a better, faster, cheaper way. And so regulation is a critical part of that, and that's one of the reasons why I joined. My company joined the Texas Blockchain Council to begin with.
Yeah, well, where do you see, I mean, you're talking about regulation in the council. How do you really see those two intertwining with each other?
Well, I think that what people need to realize with blockchain is that you can take the programmable nature of that blockchain, build apps on top of it. I think people are just seeing it really as a payment mechanism with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, but the real potential is going to be realized once we start building more of these apps out, and what we're going to have is familiar types of products like stocks or bonds, real estate, and it's just going to be represented in digital form as opposed to on paper form, just like back in the 1990s when we used to buy airplane tickets through a travel agent, and he or she would issue you a paper ticket. Well, now you buy them online, and you buy them and hold them in your quote-unquote wallet that's associated with your American Airlines or United Airlines account online. But similar type of concept.
Why do you think that moving to a digital world is a little bit of a better, like why not stay with the paper? Like why is the old system not sufficient enough?
Oh, there's so much more flexibility that you can have with the digital form. You can trade it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't have to keep up with the paper. It's that the database nature of the blockchain will keep all that information for you, and will be able to show you an audible, trustworthy type of accounting for what has unfolded, whereas with paper-based, there's all kinds of manual processes that are needed. The blockchain really alleviates all of that, and again, creates this better, faster, cheaper way of doing things.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. And then when you think about it, the more people touch it, the more you have that increased human error too, right? So like maybe I input a number wrong, or I forgot to put it somewhere, and then it goes from you to me, and you forget a number. It's almost like the telephone game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And by the time we get to the end, it's all kinds of messed up. And you're like, this isn't my paperwork.
Or somebody did the paperwork, let's say for a mortgage, and it's that the paper documents they're taken to some warehouse in Monroe, Louisiana or somewhere. They've got to go find those documents. They have to take time to relieve the mortgage or release the liens after they're paid off. Well, if you've got a blockchain-based mortgage, once it's paid off, it can maybe automatically relieve those liens, and therefore it's done in a faster way. You don't have to have the manual inputs, and it's all done in an audible type of way.
Yeah, and I think the thing that I love the most is that it's immutable, right? So like once it's there, and once you lock in that record, it can't be altered or changed. I mean, you can submit versions after the fact, but that original one is always that original
Exactly
one.
right, and so it's trustworthy. It's easy to go back and figure out exactly what was the contract that was created on a certain date. And it's fully enforced because of the blockchain and its properties.
Okay, so if I'm an investor, like if I want to work with you guys, do I have to be an accredited investor? Because it's really frustrating sometimes how the SEC has those parameters set up.
Sure, so there are different laws that are going to apply to different types of assets, but one of the nice things that we have done is we've created an investment vehicle, because we are a fully regulated registered investment advisor.
Okay.
We can sell our products to non-accredited investors in the crypto space and give them an institutional grade quality product that any other level of investor would get. They're accredited or institutional or qualified purchaser, whatever it might be. We can offer a similar type of product for anybody.
Okay, great. So if it's a new person, maybe they don't know a lot about crypto, they could come to your Honeycomb Digital Investments, look it up, and then reach out to you for assistance?
Sure, that's one way. The other thing that we do that's unique is we can go through financial intermediaries like a stockbroker, and he or she can put his or her clients into our products and keep that within their book of business. So we have different ways that we can distribute product and get what is really a high demand offering, which is crypto investments, to a large group of people that couldn't get it before.
Yeah. Of all your products, what's the one that you get the most excited about?
Good question. I think that in the long term, I think tokenization of assets will be a big deal, because they are, again, real assets that a lot of people want to get access to, but just because of the nature of them today, it's very hard to do just that. And tokenization is going to make it much easier to get, just like eBay made hard to find or hard to get objects
right.
Easy to find all in one place. The blockchain is going to do a similar type of thing to the investment world.
Interesting. So how long have you been in the blockchain space?
I got started really about 2016.
Oh wow, so a while.
So it's been a while, not since day one. I was a skeptic at first, I have to admit, but as I learned more about it, became a big time believer, and then I really just fell in love with the underlying technology and realized it was going to be the biggest thing since the internet.
How do you feel, since 2016 versus now, and especially taking this conference into consideration, what do you feel like is happening within the industry in this space?
I think a ton of stuff is happening, and it's just incredible to me the number of use cases that are just popping up every day. It seems like it's everything from, again, finance to agriculture to supply chains, you name it, healthcare. It's just increasing every day, it seems like.
Yeah. Is your company Texas-based?
We are. We're based in Dallas.
Okay, and then how do you feel about Texas, the way they're approaching blockchain?
I think that the government here is really taking a leadership role. I think that what they've done with allowing banks to custody crypto is extremely important. And I think that they're making it very clear that this is a state that's friendly to the industry. And that is creating people to react and causing all kinds of great companies and projects to locate right here in Texas.
Yeah, I would agree. I've only been here for about a year, but I feel like it's just very embracing. The people, the government, I'm a big fan of Texas.
I am too, and I think it's creating this entrepreneurial spirit that's just going to be able to benefit from the many, many years of growth that blockchain is going to afford to us.
Yeah, I would agree. Do you have any advice to any companies out there that are wanting to dabble in blockchain, whether it be via your company or the Texas Blockchain Council?
I think get involved. That's the first thing. Take the first step. Buy a little crypto. Look to get educated on the topic. There are a lot of great ways to do that, and Texas Blockchain Council is certainly one of them.
Yeah. We were talking before about all the meetups that there's one in Dallas and Houston and Austin, and I think there's a subpar for San Antonio. So plenty of resources for people to jump in.
No doubt, and the leadership at the TBC has been great at connecting me with the right people and pointing people my way as well. So it's been a great resource.
Yeah, I agree. What would you say to companies that are still kind of skeptical about it?
Beware, because if you don't get on board this train, it's you run the risk of being irrelevant in several years.
I feel like we're going to run them over.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I would agree.
I keep going back to this one phrase: better, faster, cheaper. It's going to impact just about every line of business out there in one way or another.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, is there anything else you'd like to leave our audience with?
I think we've covered a lot of the topics. I think it's just don't be intimidated by the blockchain, and also realize that there's so many benefits. Focus on that. Just like you don't have to know how an engine works to drive a car, you don't have to know everything about the blockchain in order to derive some of its benefits as well. So just embrace it and learn to love it.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, you can call Baxter here with Honeycomb Digital Investments.
Exactly, or check out our website, honeycombdigital.io.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you, Baxter, for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time. I enjoyed it.